Hi guys, Roland here from Samurai-Services Ireland. I wanted to do a quick video. There seems to be a little bit of confusion about applying for a license in Ireland, for a security license. I get a lot of phone calls each week. People ring me up, they're not too sure about what license they need or indeed how to get it. I thought today, quick video, have a look at the process and try and give a little bit of an explanation. So first and foremost, for most people coming into the industry, there's two license types. One is the static and retail, and that would be for uniform guards working in commercial premises. And the other is retail for people working in shops. Say, I'm sure you've often been into Pennies or that, and you've seen security guards on the door. That would be retail. The other main type of licensing then is for event and doors, and that would include nightclubs and concerts would be the main sectors there. So how do you get a license? Well, you need to go to PSA.ie. I will put a link in the description. And as you can see on the page here, this is for first-time applicants only. So there's a couple of things you need. So let's have a quick look through it. What do you need? You have to be over 18 to get a license, first and foremost. You will have to have a PPS number, have your air code ready. You have to have a current valid credit or debit card, because the PSA will look for payment at the end of this process. And also an email address. That's for the correspondence that will come back and forth from the PSA. The other element you need, and I suppose it's the part that I'm involved in, is the security training. I'm a member of the Security Institute of Ireland. I'll put a link in for the Security Institute website, and you will see a list of approved trainers there. And basically, we give the training that's required to get the license. So if we look at the first page here, that's a quick overview of that. If we click next, well, of course, you have to understand the conditions and then click next. You will put in your personal details here. So let me fill this in. I'll come back to you when it's all filled in. Okay, so we filled all the personal details in on step 1, and we're on to step 2. And this is often the place where people get caught out. So there's a couple of license types, and that's what we need to consider first. If you're going for a security guard license, that is also known as uniform guarding or static and retail guarding. And if you do the one course for static and retail, well, then you will need the security guard license. And that's it. It's €90, as you can see. The other main type of license for people coming into the industry is the door supervisor license. And that basically is for a doorman, or as it was known in the bad old days, a bouncer, somebody you would see on the door of a nightclub, or somebody you will see in a security capacity at a concert. As you can see, the door supervisor's license is €150. You may also take the option of having the combined door supervisor and security guard license. Now, if you take that, basically you're applying for 2 licenses, and you will have to do 2 courses with a provider. So that would be a static and retail course, and also a static and retail course, and also the doors and events course, if I can think of it. So say, for example, we're going for the combined door supervisor and security guard license. That's going to be €220. The next question it asks is, have you been a resident outside of Ireland for more than 6 months? And this is very important for a lot of people, because if you've been outside of Ireland for more than 6 months, you will have to provide a police certificate from that jurisdiction. So for myself personally, no, I haven't. So we can press no, and we'll go on to the next one. Employer details. For a lot of people coming into the industry, they will not have employer details. They're usually people will come in, get trained, get licensed, and then they will look for a job. But if you have employer's details, by all means, this is the time to put them in. I myself will say no. And we move on to step 5. You can see I just put in spurious details for myself. This is the review of application. You obviously will put in your own name, address, date of birth, all the bits and pieces there. And all your information that you've submitted previously here will come up on this stage here, step 5. And then the last step of the process is to pay and finish. And obviously we have the security page here and a refund policy. And there will be, when you press the final finish button, then of course you will have the option to click to pay. It's just after coming up here. So we agree. And here is the field to put in your debit or credit card details. And then when you press pay now, your application will go into the PSA. They will check over what you have sent. They will send you out an application pack, and that will be paperwork sent out to your address. You need to fill all of that in, sign it off, date it, do all the bits and pieces. And I would suggest you're very careful at this stage when you're filling in the PSA application to make sure that the details are correct. Check over everything 2 or 3 times, make sure everything is correct. Cross your T's, dot your I's. When it's ready then to be sent back to them, you will require the proof of training. That generally is in the form of what we call a TRF letter. It's a trainer's letter. So if you train with me, if you complete the training, and obviously if you pass your course, which is important, I will give you a trainer's letter. You will include that in your application going back to the PSA to show that you've done your training and you're ready to be licensed. If it takes more than 6 months from the time you've done your training until the time that you're ready to apply for your license, well, then you must provide them with your a copy of your certificate, your formal certificates, say from the Security Institute, for example. And that is our quick overview to licensing in Ireland for the security industry. I hope it helps, guys. By all means, you can leave me comments. You can come onto my website, which is samurai-services.ie. If you have any other questions, you can send me an email or a message through the website. I'm happy to help. I know it can be a little bit confusing for people coming in that are not used to the various terms and the various ideas. But it is certainly a good time to join the security industry. There's plenty of good jobs, and it is an industry where fast promotion is it's available. If you're a good operative. So listen, I hope to talk to you soon. As I say, you can see me on the website. I will put in a link, and if there's any questions or anything else, I'm always happy to hear from you. Thanks very much. See you again.